Hey, we are plant-based in the burbs. That's right.
What's
I'm
going
Paige.
on? Hey, Paige, what's happening?
Hey, Sherry. You know what I'm making today? I am making a delicious Caesar salad, a vegan meatball soup with rotili pasta,
Oh,
and homemade Caesar dressing and homemade croutons. So easy. What about you?
okay, wait a minute. Where's Paige?
Right? And I even prepared a lot today. So I'm
Oh
so
my
excited.
gosh, and I am just going crazy in the kitchen. And listen, you guys, thank you. Welcome to Plant Based in the Burbs. I am Sherri Sheree, and that's my partner in crime, Paige Parson Roach, and we are here to do some vegan cooking, right? So
That's right.
I used to love to watch Lydia. I don't know if anyone knows her. She's a famous chef. And when I was not vegan, I used to always make her a ziti with sausage and fennel. So I decided that I was going to veganize it and do the same thing today. So I'm making a ziti with, of course, a plant-based alternative sausage
Gotta
and
love it.
some fennel.
Well, I want to give a first tip of the day, Sherry. That sounds incredible. Is to rinse your lettuce and then you can make a little bouquet with a napkin just to dry it off. You don't have to have a spinner. If you want, you can, but I'm kind of drying it up. But look how cute it is. It looks like a little bouquet.
Oh yeah,
And
that's cute.
we got some garlic and we got some lemon for the homemade Caesar dressing. And I think we need to just get going. I've got
Yeah,
something to show everybody
you
right
go ahead. I'm gonna take
now.
my pasta off the pot so we won't
Okay.
overcook it. Okay.
This is so exciting. Yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to take you straight to the pot, y'all. This was so easy to make. So what I did is I took first of all, I took some broccoli and I steamed it. I steamed the broccoli, right? You can see the steam coming off of here, but I did that set in a separate pan, separate pot, right? Then I made a little pasta, just put it straight in, and the rotili, the curly ones, I already had from a meal before some sauce that I'd made. I had sauteed in water, red pepper, and onion, right? I put it in a pan, and some garlic. And then I added a full can of chopped up tomatoes, some delicious, red delicious tomatoes. So that was already ready to go. So into the pot went the plant-based meatballs, which I'm going to show you which brand I use. Now you can make your own plant-based meatballs as well if you want to go that route, like the whole food plant-based, make it yourself. I've seen people make them out of lentils. I've seen people make them out of quinoa and veggies. But this soup is ready to go. Now, what else do you think I added to this? Well, I'm going to tell you. I added some nutritional yeast and, that's what I added. I was going to say, I was at the very end, I might add a little bit of plant-based cheese. Now, if you have any Kite Hill cream cheese, you can add that in as well, and it makes it creamier, and some plant-based milk, either your own homemade plant-based milk or you can get some store-bought, but this is the soup. Now, this kind of came from the idea of it was going to be a pasta, but I kind of like the idea of a soup just to kind of mix things up because we do a lot of pasta around here. And I thought that was kind of fun to make it more into a soup. Now, over to you, Sherry, because I think you have some cool things happening over there. Take it away.
So hey, I sure will. Let me just find my towel to wipe my hands here. So
Yes.
this recipe calls for sausage, and of course, I'm using an alternative meat sausage. I'm using field roast apple roasted potato sausage because they didn't really want me to use that Italian sausage with fennel in it because it will be competing with the fresh fennel that we're going to put in the dish. So what I did was I just took my my apple sausage and I kind of crumbled it up a little bit just to give it the look of like a ground sausage or a small sausage. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to saute it in the skillet just a little bit, just to get a little brown. And then we're going to add the onion. So it's like building you're building the meal in one pot. Even though you cook the pasta, the ziti beforehand, you don't want to really cook it all the way because we're going to put it into the skillet. And we're just going to blend all those flavors together in one. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of brown the sausage a bit.
That sounds good.
Yeah, get that really nice and tender, and then we'll add the onions and the fennel, and we'll just keep building on it. Yeah.
Sounds great. Well, I want to show these Gardein meatballs are amazing. I also really like the Trader Joe's, but a lot of companies are coming out with meatballs, including Beyond Meat and others. And this is the Kite Hill cream cheese. I will tell you that's so yummy and creamy that you can add into any dish. Let's say you want to make a lasagna. You want to make a delicious plant-based lasagna, you can put this along, and there's ricotta now, there's feta.
Not only that, I don't mean to cut you off, but you can also use fresh cashews. Cashews are awesome cheese alternative. You just soak them, blend them, put some nutritional yeast and some type of acid in there, and you come up with some like a tight, nice cheese. So
yes, exactly. So you can make your own. And we love to show you all the different variants of options. And then again, this is the one that I chose to use today. And sometimes, when we're doing our show, we're like, let's come up with a theme. Today is Italian theme, manja. And then, maybe, we'll look and see what we have, because we want to show people that you can do it. You can do it right there in your own kitchen. Yes. Make your own and kind of stylize it with what you've already got. Did you ever see that show Chopped, Sherry? That was a good one.
Yeah.
We love in our family, we love competition shows. So, I love the idea of just like, what do you got in your kitchen? What are you going to make? And go for it. Now, here's what I want to tell you along those lines. Do not throw away your heels of your bread. If you have any bread at all, and you're not somebody who chooses to eat the heel, save them. You can freeze it and then cut it into chunks for your croutons. That's right. So these are going to be great. I'm going to put I already put a little bit of my earth balance butter into the pan, and I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt, just a little bit, to kind of give it, and then I just brown them. Now you can also spread these out onto a cookie sheet, and you could do, if you wanted to, you could put a little spray of oil and then some sprinkle or no oil. You could also do that and kind of, you could put them into your air fryer. You can also dehydrate them. So there's lots of ways, but let me tell you, don't throw them out, because they make, like I said, great croutons. Okay, back to you while I put these in the pan.
So that's a great tip. So right now I am sauteing the onions. What this recipe calls for is like I said, putting everything all in one pan, and kind of show you a little bit so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So right now I just have the sausage in there and the onions, right? And so once the onions saute, I've already cut and cleaned my fennel, and it smells so good, and that licorice smell is just so awesome. So I washed and cleaned these, and we're going to throw these in and saute them as well, almost at the end. And then we're going to ladle. We reserve the pasta water, and so that we can continue to add into the dish to build on it, to keep the moisture in the dish so it doesn't dry out, and also it adds the flavor. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just sauteing the onions to kind of get them somewhat wilted. This recipe will have some crunch to it, just because of the fennel and the onions. So we don't want everything so wilted, because we continue cooking and building as we make in this recipe.
Okay, I love it. Here's the thing we want to give to you all is as many tips and tricks and trades for you to come out of what we call SAD diet, which is the standard average diet around the world, to a plant-based where you're empowered and you feel really good about what you are making in the kitchen. Now, I love to just make a very simple Caesar salad type with the romaine. Now, the more green, the better for you. And I personally love to add in some kale, some fresh kale. Here's a little tip I want to say. Go to your farmer's market, get your fruits and vegetables, buy local, in season in your region if you can. Now, not everybody can. So we're talking about if you are able, please do. So just want to say that today I'm actually not going to add the Caesar. I'm just not. But I am going to put the romaine in there, and you will see I'm going to chop it up in a minute, but I'm going to give it back to you, Sherry, and then I'll bring the delicious fruits. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'm just kind of reading up on the recipe because I haven't made this in so long. So I just want to make sure that we do have a good meal that we can eat when I finish. So we're going to go ahead and put the fennel in. The fennel is so nice. The smell, the licorice smell, or the anise, or whatever you want to call it. And you know, it looks almost like a big bulb with, I guess if I would describe it, it looked like a bottom of an onion sort of root, and then it looks like it has like stems that come out and look almost like celery, and then you have little fronds on it, like I guess it would look like thyme. So we're going to cut up the fronds and also add that garnish to our food. So I'm just going ahead and just picking up this anise.
Love it.
Getting it somewhat soft. So I mean, it doesn't take long, you know.
No. And Sherri, I just want to show everybody these croutons because honestly, they're so easy. Literally put a little bit of that plant-based butter in there, cut it up. You can either add fresh garlic right into your pan or a little bit of garlic salt. They're ready to go. I mean, they're crispy. They're you know, kind of browned on the
ends. That looks good. I love that they have that nice crunch.
They have a nice crunch, and this is a great addition. And also, listen, this is zero waste. You're not throwing that away. You are you know, using every bit of your bread loaf. And so there you go now. And the reason I like the heels is because, you know, these are lonely. They get thrown in the trash or whatever, you know.
Most people don't like to eat that part, right?
But this makes for a great, you know, crouton like we talked about now. Tom, you're right. Don't forget some garlic bread. I think Sherri's making garlic bread.
I made some garlic bread. Yeah, and you know, what I did was I roasted the garlics first. I put them in some foil, put them in the oven. Did a little bit of olive oil over the top. I don't use olive oil, but I forgot what it was. Sunflower oil, put it in the oven and I roast it. Squeeze them out, mix them up with some earth butter, earth balance, put a little nooch in there and a little bit of garlic powder. And I, you know, stir that up and then put it on my little sourdough, little bitty pieces of bread because we try not to eat so much bread in here. So just the little pieces of bread. Made a beautiful salad that's going to go along with this. So we got this popping and going right now. So I am going to go ahead and add whatever the recipe tells me to add. But I just want to share with you that there's a lot of recipes that you can swap out. Just some of your old favorite recipes that you love that may call for animal products. There's so many, like Paige was saying, there's so many other alternatives that you can easily swap out everything. With cheese, I'm going to add some cheese, plant-based cheese on the end of mine. This is chow. I love them. The recipe calls for Italian type of cheese. Of course, we don't have that artisanal type of cheese yet for this. So we will add that on top of our dish. Go ahead, Paige. I'm just going to take a step over here and I'll be right back.
That sounds really good. So I just want to show, you know, you don't have to be a perfectionist by any means, but bite sizes for your romaine. And again, so now we're going to, I wanted to say, if you're like me, I like to add some interesting things to my Caesar as well. Sometimes I'll put a little Kalamata olives. Olives. Say that. I might even put tomatoes. I mean, I kind of do my own spin on it, or avocado. That's another one I definitely love. Now, we're going to be making our own homemade dressing. Are you ready? This is so simple. So we have a NutriBullet. Yes, we do. We're going to get some good things going in here. I'm so excited. But I'm going to go over to you, Sherri, for a moment because I got to step away. Back to you.
Okay, go right ahead. I'm still reading my recipe, so I want to make sure I got this right. So the next item that we need to add to the dish is the tomato sauce. And we are using the pasta water to blend this all up. So I'm just going to blow it right on in the center. It's supposed to be everything in the skillet. So we'll see if I can fit everything in here.
I wanted to point out one of my handy duty tools in the kitchen that I absolutely love. You just throw in your garlic in here and you roll it. It takes the peel off. Now, you can do it with a knife where you push against it and then open it up. But I just really kind of love this little gadget. And we're going to just tell you what's going into this dressing and then we're going to make it. So we've got 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard or spicy mustard, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 1/2 cup of vegan mayo. So I actually found this vegan mayo. I wanted to turn everybody up to. Sir Kensington. This one.
I've seen that one. I've seen that one. It's
Yeah, and so what you do is you just spin it around and you make sure you either have the vegan sign, right, or certification, or you check the ingredients and make sure there is no eggs, right? Eggs or any dairy from cows. All right, so that's the scoop. But now we're going to put some of that in. And this one has a little tang to it, like almost like they have a little vinegar in there. So just wanted to make you aware of that. We're also going to put crushed garlic. We're going to put lemon juice. What else do you think? Ooh, we're going to put a little dash of soy sauce, maple syrup, ooh, and a bit of oil and some distilled vinegar. So I'm so excited. I'm going to put the rice vinegar. I'm kind of adapt myself. That's kind of how I do it. I think you do too, Sherri. But I want to take you back to the soup, which is my top recipe of the day here. It is a delicious plant-based meatball noodle soup and chunks of broccoli, and it's got the plant-based cheese in there. It's very cheesy. We got the delicious Kite Hill cheese in there, as well as nutritional yeast. Again, my little trick, Sherri, is that I make the pasta first before I put it in, and I also steam the vegetables. So I do a carrot, along with. And everything kind of cooks up together, and also some stewed tomatoes in there. Now, are you ready for the delicious Caesar salad dressing? Yes, the homemade plant-based Caesar dressing. Okay, back to you, because I know you got things cooking over there. Go for it.
Well, we're working over here. We're blending all of the ingredients together, the sausage. I did add the tomato paste in there, and I'm using the reserve of the pasta water to, get the sauce the way I want it. And then we add the ziti in last, and we're going to blend everything up together. And it should be pretty good. I'm just may want to add some more seasonings that the recipe calls for, because I really don't like having bland food. So I may add a little more garlic, actually add some garlic to it, and just so that we can have some flavor, some nice flavor. But it's really looking beautiful. I want to show you what it's looking like so far. And this is really all in one pot. So this is what we have right now. So you have onions in here. You have the plant-based sausage, and we have the fennel in here, some tomato paste with some pasta water to make it kind of creamy. Then last we add the ziti. We didn't cook it all the way because we want to cook it a little bit more in the skillet with the seasoning and the flavors. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of the ziti in here. Oops, it's throwing all over the place, but we're going to add the ziti in here. Now, I never said I was a clean meat cook. Sometimes I can make this kitchen look like a war zone, but it's my kitchen, so I can do what I want, right?
Yes, it's your business.
It's my business, right?
I always love to. Yeah, and I love to give a nod to Tabitha Brown, because she's so inspiring for so many of us to get into the kitchen and cook and just go for it and have fun. That's what we're all about. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Tom. Great to see you all. I don't know.
Hi, everyone.
I know. Hey, what do you think I'm going to do with this? Of course, I'm going to squeeze that lemon. That is coming in here next. I'm just adding the ingredients at the bottom here and going to get this delicious homemade Caesar dressing. Have you made that before? What's your favorite dressing out there? And what have you made? Put it in the chat, because we're always open to new recipes and things. So back to you.
Yeah, one of my favorites is making the tahini dressing. I love that. But you did turn me on to the one that they have at Trader Joe's, the Goddess. What's it called? Let me show you the Goddess dressing. Sorry, I didn't mean to step off camera like that, but the Goddess dressing. This is what I'm going to use for the salad today, and I do like that. So now it saves me some time, but I am really trying to learn how to make my own dressings, because I know what's in it.
Yes, me too, because then you can literally you know exactly what's going on. Okay, so we're going to do a half a cup of the vegan mayo into the dressing. That's what's going to make it so creamy. Now, I even know people who make their own homemade mayo, vegan mayo. So
yes, I've been looking at that one too. Super easy.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna next level. That's next on the agenda for sure. So in here we have our garlic. We're gonna cut open our lemon and get that lemon squeezy. Oh, so easy breezy lemon squeezy. Let's get this going. We're gonna just crank it up and squeeze it right in, easy breezy. Like I said, lemon squeezy. We love it. That's what we're all about here, plant-based. I'm dripping all I was not paying attention.
It did not go into the container like it was supposed to. Just like my pasta went all over the stove. So there you go.
Of course it did. Now I'm also going to add some hemp seeds, y'all. Why not? So we're going to throw some of those in there. I'm kind of having some fun in here, up in here, right? All right, let's do. It definitely calls for some mustard. So you want to get that mustard going. Debbie says a messy cook makes a good cook.
Yes, Debbie. Yes, that is so true.
That's right. You got it, Debbie. That's right. All right. So we have the heart-shaped, have some fun in your kitchen too. Have some fun with your gadgets and your goodies, right? These are these guys. So what do I need? I need a tablespoon. Well, that's the big one. There she is. So we're going to
I'm going to step off and get some garlic so I can sprinkle some of this in my pasta.
I'm like, oh wait, I went to you. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna get some of this going. We don't want to overdo it with the mustard, but you want a lot of mustard. So there you go. We're gonna put that in here too. What are we making? We're making homemade Caesar dressing. That's right. Oh dear, got it all over my hand there.
You say, oh dear.
Sorry, not supposed to lick. I did though. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Did I hear balsamic fig dressing? Tom with roasted. Come on, Tom.
Come on, Tom.
You've been holding out on us. Are you? Come on, Tom. You know how to make some good food over there. I'm so excited. All right, now I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Yes, I need some of this. Doing 1 tablespoon of maple syrup as well.
And you know what? That's a great staple to have in your home too, especially if you're doing a lot of vegan cooking, because a lot of times things are sweetened with maple syrup, grade A maple syrup, right?
Good point. Yes, yeah. And also dates. Dates are a great thing to have as a sweetener to sweeten things in your life. Even date syrup is marvelous.
Yeah, they do have date. I have some date syrup also for certain recipes that call for it, but I'm really partial to the maple syrup, or maybe agave, a little bit of agave, just blue agave. So,
well, 1 tablespoon of the soy sauce. So you can also get the non-soy soy sauce too. So our coconut aminos you could use.
I have. What do I have?
What do you have?
I have liquid aminos.
Okay.
I do liquid aminos for my soy sauce.
Nice.
And you know what else is another good staple to have in your house is rice vinegar.
Absolutely. Rice vinegar for sure.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
These are good staples, y'all. Now, oh my gosh, Sherri, do you know that I almost forgot one of the most important ingredients?
The Nutritional
Yeast. Now I have a small shaker and I just keep refilling it.
So do I.
And then I have the big one. So we're going to put some of this nutritional yeast. We need 2 tablespoons of this. 2. Count it. 1, 2, 2. Yes. White vinegar. And white vinegar, white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar. Those vinegars are so important to have as staples. Now, since that one's dirty, we're going to use this cute one, which also has hearts. I just love the heart thing. Heart it up. All right. Heart healthy food. That's what we're all about too. Having the plant-based food is heart healthy. Over to you, Sherri. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's great thoughts. Yes. You know what the thing is that we really want to eat the rainbow. Like when I'm talking to my clients, they're not vegan yet and they're curious, but when I explain to them what they need to eat on their plate, I tell them they can have a fistful of protein. A fistful of protein, a fist of grains. And then on your plate, you can have the whole plate filled with vegetables. And so basically that's the way you're eating. Even if plant-based, you're eating a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of grains, and then the rest is nothing but vegetables. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to do that when there's so many wonderful products coming out that we can swap our, just swap out for our animal product, that we can easily get caught up in doing that. But really our whole mindset is to eat the rainbow, right? So whatever vegetables that are in season, you know, you see them in the store, they're affordable because, you know, things are pricing is going up with our climate that's happening right now. So the vegetables are basically really affordable. So beans are amazing, and those are full of fiber. And you can buy dry beans, a bag for $1.50, and have a meal for 3 or 4 days. So, you know, yeah. So
you can get creative.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Do all kinds of things. You can smash them and mash them.
You can make refried, you know, whatever.
Yeah. You can just go for it. Yeah. Bragg's vinegar. Yes, Stephanie. Absolutely.
Yes.
Guess what's next for me?
What?
You can dance.
Oh, the blender dance.
Come on, let's go. Okay, y'all, we're going to get up and move. We're going to get up and move. Jump up right now. Let's go. You can already just get those arms waving. Let's move it. Let's groove it. Let's do it. Let's put it in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yes! Plant-based in the burbs. Plant-based in the burbs. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, check it.
All right. I think she's ready.
How are you loving that NutriBullet? Aren't you loving that NutriBullet? Oh my God, it's like my favorite thing.
Oh,
okay. Look at that. Look at that. Okay.
This is really good. It turned out perfect. It's perfectly creamy. You can see.
I love it. Yes.
So you can make your own. Now you can also just look up a recipe, y'all. I'll throw this recipe. I'll throw it in. I'll throw it into the chat. I for sure will. Okay. So you too can have it. Now, I forgot one very important thing to bring up, Miss Sherri Sheree. Right. You probably have other things you're doing over there.
I'm just all I have to do is plate, really. So my food is ready.
Okay. But so I bought this plant. I'm keeping her alive. She's so beautiful. She's basil.
Yes,
so
I was just going to say that's basil. Yeah.
So I'm going to add this to my soup over here, just a little basil to it. Some fresh right on top. And I want to encourage everybody to get your own seasonings, plants that you can season with, because the other thing you could do is dry this up and make your own basil, your own crunchy, delicious basil that's, you know, a season for your sauces. So anyway, start growing your own.
I love basil. I should have bought some today because I do. That is like my jam in my salad. I love putting fresh basil in my salad.
In your salad? Okay, because
I do. You can throw it in your salad. It's so good. Just eat it raw.
I love arugula too.
Oh, my favorite too. I love that.
So do you think you have time to plate? Are you ready to plate it?
I am ready to plate, girlfriend. Let me grab my
well, I'm going to
get my toast out of the oven real quick. Okay.
I'm going to show everybody the soup again because, you know, basically
I'm going to step away for a moment.
Okay. Now I went ahead and used the Gardein meatballs, y'all. But again, you can create your own. This is with the rotilli pasta and a wheat one. And also I steamed that broccoli beforehand and put it right in here, but you can see the steam. And then I added some nutritional yeast. The sauce itself is so simple. I used some beautiful I had canned tomatoes that were already crushed. I put those in there, and I had already sauteed some onion and red pepper in water. So you just keep an eye on it. You just move it around, keep an eye on it. And I added all of that into here, and that's the sauce. Now I did add a little garlic. Did I mention that? And tiny bit of pepper, and that's what's going on. So it's more like a soup or like a stew. And then I'm going to, because Miss Sherry's getting everything going over there, I have my Caesar salad coming, and I made my own croutons. I can't wait to show you. So if you remember, I said you can also add some kale to this. Now, what I would suggest you do is massage the kale beforehand. Cut it into really small pieces. Let it sit on the side, just a little bit of oil, and massage it, and then add it to this, and then put your Caesar dressing on top with croutons. You can do tomatoes. I mean, personally, I like to kind of add into my Caesars. So I'll do a nice tomato. I'll also maybe do some avocado and some Colorado olives are my favorite. I know.
Oh, those are good.
There you have it. I really personally don't like the black olives, but I guess you could. And I don't do capers too much, but you could do capers.
Oh, I like capers. So capers are good.
Oh, okay, she likes capers. All right. Full dish on you.
Oh, dish on me. Okay, so let me show you the ziti. So the ziti is here. I add a little bit of cheese in here, but it is so nice. I have a little bit of sausage, a little bit of fennel, a little bit of onions. And the fennel, you know, you can't really tell because it looks like an onion in the dish. I really want to bite into this, you guys. And then what I did was yesterday we made a big giant salad dish. And so I had cut up tons of vegetables. So I had in my salad, I have spinach, cabbage, red bell peppers, carrots, and cucumbers. And then I made these cute little small bite-sized garlic toast. So that's pretty much it. I mean, everything is piping hot here. I want to eat it so badly. I want to taste it.
She's going to be eating that any second now. Now, I just have to tell you.
I'm going to tell you.
Is it great? Is it amazing?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Okay.
It has not changed the integrity of the meal by swapping out the animal product and putting in a plant-based alternative, sausage.
Ooh.
So you really don't lose flavor. You know, it's just really the mindset of, you know, what is your intentions and how do you want to live your life and how do you want to participate in the environment or in the culture of animal aquaculture, right? So, you know, this is how we save animals pretty much.
That's right. We don't need to
make the difference.
You know, here's the thing. We don't need to breed the billions of animals into existence anymore. We just don't. Right. We can survive and thrive. Now, we're not talking about those nuanced situations where they're not able to get the food, but we don't need to breed and feed anymore. We need to get to the whole food, plant-based, get back to a garden in our stomachs, not a graveyard. Yes. Get back to the soil health instead of wreaking, pillaging, and deforesting for the animal crops to feed animals to then feed humans. We just go straight to the plants. Let's go straight to the plants, y'all. So, I mean, yes. How good does that look?
That looks great. That looks great. That looks good. That looks really, really good. Really, really good.
We are plant-based in the Burbs. We are here bringing it down for you, bringing it up and elevating. And Sherri, who is a fitness health expert, is bringing it to you. Yeah. Just 30 minutes, y'all.
Just 30 minutes a day. That's it.
That's it. We invite you to get on over there to the UnChainedTV app. You can see our shows. We got a few in there on the streaming service, on the platform, but you can download it right now, or you can go to the website and stream straight from there too. So lots of fun ways you can get free content, and we're here for you.
Yeah, tons of recipes. It's just amazing. And listen, when you get stumped, you know, and you don't know what to make, just Google it, because I mean, you'll be surprised on how many recipes come up vegan. You can do them in 15-minute recipe, 20-minute recipe, 10-minute recipe. There's a lot of information out there that you cannot have to repeat everything, the same dishes all the time, unless it's just your favorite, right?
And that's what we're here to do, is inspire you to get in there and cook some more. So we want to thank you again for watching us on Plant-Based in the Burbs. I'm Paige, and
I am Sherri Sheree, you guys. Thank you so much for coming into our kitchens today.
All right. Peace and plants, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.